Yeah, we just says a pretty rip-breastedly.
Do you need to be rustling your plastic bag or wobbling your chair? Kicking your can, right?
Hi! Welcome to Stuff Sucks.
That was an awfully jovial rendition for Stuff Sucks. You know what sucks? Fox.
It's Fox suck. They suck a big one.
Especially if they bite your fingers off.
That's always nice.
Lovely.
Rupert's trying to buy out the universe currently.
Yeah, what does he want to buy? AOL? Time Warner?
Time Warner.
AOL Time Why did I go for AOL first?
AOL, the most important company on the face of the earth.
Apparently there is still like loads of people still paying for AOL dial-up.
Wow.
Don't know if they're using it or if they're just paying for it.
Interesting.
I genuinely believe that my parents were the only people who still used AOL.
They use AOL.
They did until about like 2 months ago.
When everyone at AOL got shot and they had to close the company down.
Oh, when they realised it would be cheaper to get broadband through a provider that they were already using for other things.
I do remember when AOL was like one of the primaries. So.
Do you remember getting the free CDs through the privacy
hundreds
stuff?
of free CDs everywhere.
Yeah.
10 minutes of AOL.
Disposable frisbee.
Oh god, yeah.
Coaster.
Mirror.
Oh, by the way, hello, I'm Jim.
Oh yeah, I'm Jan.
I'm mystery guest.
And this week...
Stuff sucks.
Stuff sucks.
Stuff does suck. It's been a long time since we did a Stuff Sucks.
Yeah, but this
a
week...
lot. Yeah. Go on.
This week especially, the world is falling to pieces around us.
I know. To start with, we do try and keep the show light, because obviously no one wants to listen to all the horrors of the world.
Yeah.
But Robin Williams died this week, and I'm genuinely devastated.
Didn't Helen Bacall die as well?
Lauren Bacall did
Lauren
also
Bacall.
die.
Sorry.
And that's sad. And you don't want to cheapen her death.
It's doubly sad because no one gives a shit.
Yeah, but, like, for a lot of us, especially us that grew up in the 90s, like, Robin Williams isn't, like, just a legend, he's a god. Like,
He has done a huge amount of material that was very sort of, like, prevalent in our childhoods. I am far too fucking drunk for this.
Oh, dear.
He had a fine body of work. A fine, hairy body of work.
He was practically a yeti.
A small, comical gorilla of a man.
This just seems like also a genuinely decent human being from all reports. I know that they say lots of nice things about people after they die.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jimmy Savile. But Robin Williams genuinely seemed like a top bloke.
Yeah. Came out today as well that he had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So let's not go into like the deeper into like
The ins and outs and whys and whys.
yeah,
and
exactly.
whys.
Like, the fact is, he is dead one way or another.
Yeah, I think Alf's mum hit the nail on the head when she said it's one of the hardest things is that it's very difficult to see how a man who was so clearly well respected and loved worldwide would feel that he had no choice.
That's very bummer.
This is
It's like a total bummer.
It's the irony of it in the sense that like so many of the greats, like Rowan Atkinson and like Spike Milligan, for instance, like great comedians, suffered and do suffer from like manic depression and all sorts of things. It's the whole idea of like the analogy of the clown wearing his makeup on the outside and like
I am Pagliacci.
exactly. And like making like other people laugh to a certain extent just because it's natural to them and it's like detracts from their own horror of their own lives.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism
Yeah,
in
exactly.
a lot of ways. But yeah, total fucking bummer.
Yeah, and his last films are going to be Night at the Museum 3, which people are saying is going to be better than 2.
Woo.
Yeah.
He's voicing a dog in a Simon Pegg film.
Cool.
I mean, I prefer to remember him from such roles as like fucking Good Morning Vietnam, Dead Poets Society. I enjoyed, and like Good Will Hunting's probably one of his best. Like Jumanji,
Jumanji.
great film. Yeah.
Aladdin. He fucking sells that film.
Yeah.
Right, let's hit the forgotten and weird classics. How about Popeye?
Yeah.
That's a weird ass film.
Yeah.
It's a weird ass film. It's not generally considered a very good film.
His Popeye was great.
He does a good Popeye.
Very few people could have portrayed Popeye.
Yeah. And his other, what else did he do? Death to Smoochie, which I already mentioned. Check that out, that's a weird one.
And other odd ones like Insomnia. It's just bizarre film.
Baron Munchausen. He's pretty epic in his bit in that.
Yeah, I love that film.
Didn't he do a horror film where he's like a imaginary friend based kind of thing as well? Like it was like Woodland, I'm sure, or something like that.
You might be thinking of a De Niro one.
Nah, maybe now you said that you put an area down in my mind.
He did a
like,
film with De Niro as well. What, Awakenings?
Yeah, but I'm
Like
sure
shits on Patch Adams.
it was Al Pacino with him in
Insomnia.
like Insomnia as well. Like
Yeah.
so, he's worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Robin.
Where you at, Robin?
Oh, and one thing that was like strangely came to my mind about his pool of work was What Dreams May Come, which is extremely relevant to the situation, and very few, many people actually mentioned it.
Oh, I thought that was a bit odd. I think maybe they were purposefully not mentioning it because it's a little bit, on the
Yeah,
nose.
but it's beautifully artistic and very poignant. So I don't understand why you wouldn't bring something that's actually relevant to the situation out into the forefront.
For those who don't know, What Dreams May Come is a Robin Williams film where he journeys through the afterlife. And a lot of it's to do with, it's supposed to be his interpretation of the afterlife and all that, but it's very classical.
And it's very cleverly written in the idea that his interpretation is what makes up the afterlife initially, until you're ready to sort of like... They go on the idea, once you're ready to see what is actually after the point where that's your safety zone. Yeah, exactly. And it goes into sort of there is elements of taking your own life and sacrifice and all sorts of bizarre sort of like ideas in there that sort of like that are very relevant to the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, give that a watch if you want to get super bummed.
It is stuff sucks. I'm in the wrong show.
No, you're in the right show.
Oh, fuck you.
Dark Place.
Why did you just say my fucking name again?
Ah, shit! Bleep. I'll watch that, Mr. Guest. Sorry. Let's go over this briefly. Riots in America. Riots in Syria, riots in Egypt, riots in the Ukraine.
And a very peaceful revolution in Iceland. What's the difference?
Holy Dales, what?
Well, it's not being very well sort of like documented worldwide because, like, you can see why when you understand the story. When Iceland's banking system collapsed in the banking crisis, instead of actually sort of like losing their shit, the people just marched to the banks, and then the police actually sided with them, and they arrested all of the top bankers who put them in that situation.
I take in this was like 2009.
But it's been ongoing since that point,
awesome.
And they're making lots of headway and basically restabilising their entire economy. But they don't want most people don't want you to know that, as it were, because it's revolutionary nonsense, isn't it?
Bankers don't want you to know that. Fuck.
You can't do without them. What? They'll go abroad.
Bankers are awesome. I've got collector's cards of my top 10 bankers.
What happens if they go abroad? No one's going to replace them. Fucking hell. No one wants to do banking, apart from all the banking students, all the people who could take their places.
Thank God for bankers.
One of the UK's biggest exports is banking and football.
I believe that's all we do now.
Yeah, both of us are so close to wanking that it's it's difficult to, yeah.
Oh, we live in a terrible world, people.
I mean...
Oh, Ebola's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Ebola's killed over 1,200 people now.
Actually, that's quite relevant to myself because in the labs, obviously, with VHF, viral hemorrhagic fever. You do science? I don't do science at all. I hate science. I work in a wood shop. I'm a fireman. But because of all the obviously new sort of stringent laws have come into place, and now you have to watch for any sort of samples that are coming in from people who are from sort of certain West Africa more specifically. Then now they've expanded it to Africa. The problem is because it can be transferred through sort of contact, through mostly through fluid contact. Fluid contact. So basically any bodily fluid. Which means that if you're handling samples, that's instant risk, and so that has to be assessed by a microbiologist and all the rest of it. That's terrifying. But it is in the scary fact that the most the worst part of it is the incubation period is 21 days, which means it's perfect for travelling abroad, as it were, or being brought across, and then anyone getting infected. I believe they covered like a version of Ebola in what's it, Outbreak, the film with Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And it's like viral hemorrhagic fever is just fucking horrendous, and the fact that like the latter stages basically it liquefies your insides and you bleed from every orifice.
Your organs pour out of your eyes and anus.
It's like, yeah, it's just the worst fucking nonsense.
Yeah, nice one, God. Cheers for that.
Remember before we started recording, you told us to remind you were getting too dark.
Shouldn't let me get fucking pissed before you tell me to record.
Yeah, what do you think sucks this week, mystery guest?
I told you, mate, all sorts. Okay, right, yeah. What do I think sucks?
I thought you were just going to rally against us for making you do podcasts when you're too drunk.
I think this is it. Like, this is my rebellion.
Remind me of the whale thing, because he's going to lose his shit about this later. But remind me later.
Oh, that's the Fukushima thing. I already know about that.
I mean Mr. West.
Yeah, fucking hell.
2 count.
God damn it, man. Okay. My personal major suckage is that James convinced me to watch the new Turtles film, and I'm glad I did, because it gives me a perspective of why I hate it so very much, and like how so much of it is wrong. If anyone was like a very sort of like fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in their original ideas and their stories, the film itself, I agree with James in the sense that the characters are portrayed well. The turtles aren't bad.
Turtles.
Yeah, the four
turtles are solid.
They look cool. They do good shit.
Apart from brass dialogue at the end. But
most of everything in the film is utter shoddy bag of wank. It's just fucking horrific. They've disobeyed the laws of physics, plot lines, scripting, any kind of decent narrative, and a complete lack of facial expressions on the point of Megan Fox, which is why you shouldn't do Botox.
Her waxy face.
Oh, like 3 expressions. Yeah.
Were there explosions?
Strange enough for a Michael Bay film, there are obvious explosions, and like the foot has like been fully armed with guns instead of any kind of awesome ninja weaponry.
In normal martial arts.
Yeah, and James has a theory about why that could be.
Well, if you've got a load of stuntmen who are really good at martial arts, who the Turtles can fight, that involves doing loads of like extra filming and possible, danger money and shit for pro stunt guys. Fuck that. We can just make all the bad guys have guns and put all the CG into the Turtle stuff. And
hiring talented martial artists to actually fill the roles.
Exactly. So instead of that, it's a lot cheaper to do it with guns. Plus, then, if you're redubbing it for the foreign markets, then you can just make them generic American terrorists.
Except, like, the whole, like, obviously spoilers, but, like...
Oh, yeah, heavy spoilers.
Massive spoilers. But, like, Splinter, it gives no idea of his real origins. I mean, the live-action film was... like, before they really started to lay into sort of, like, making, comic books live-action, it was one of the ones that stood out as one of the most accomplished.
The first Turtles film was really cool.
The animatronic shit is the bomb.
And Corey Feldman,
I think it holds up.
Great Donatello.
But yeah, it's their characters that really sell it. Even though they look like big-ass puppets, but it's the characters that makes them cool.
And Jim Henson, obviously.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
There's so much wrong with that film, it can't even be covered. It's best to say the things that do work. So like you say about Splinter, like... Before he changes into Splinter as we know him, and all of a sudden he's doing he's wearing a kimono and stuff, and it doesn't make sense. Why is he doing Japanese things? He's got no Japanese influence anymore in this version, and he spoilers again. You know it. Finds a book on ninjutsu and becomes a ninjutsu master, and then teaches them from that.
No, it's comedy, and apparently April O'Neil is the chosen one.
She's the most important character in the film. Everything revolves around her because she is the balls.
Michael Bay needs to keep his grubby little mitts out of my childhood. He's going to make a bloody Thundercats film next, isn't he?
Which one? Bay or...
Bay.
Yeah.
What a tosser.
Is that rumour or is that based on anything?
That's just my brain kicking into paranoia, mate.
Then you're probably right. That's coming like a freight train, isn't it?
They're making a Monopoly film, aren't they?
That's gone a bit cold.
They have been for a long time. It keeps coming on and off the boil, doesn't it?
Ridley Scott was allegedly directing, and Scarlett Johansson was like going to be one of the lead roles.
It just seems odd, but they made Battleship into a film, so...
That fucking film.
I mean, yeah, that was that sucked in the fact that, yes, there were passable performances and like pretty good set pieces, but like no fucking logic to any of it.
It's that poor bastard, it's his curse. What's his... Taylor Mitch? I can't remember his damn name.
Mm-hmm.
He played Gambit, the bad Gambit, which I'm sure Channing Tatum's going to be a good Gambit. Looking forward to that.
Who the fuck was he in Battleship?
He's like the main guy, and like...
He played Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Is he Rihanna?
Yeah, he played both roles. It was a bit of a Peter Sellers move. And what's his fuck? Oh, bollocks. Jack Carter of Mars? John Carter of Mars. He played John Carter.
Oh, the Timothy Oliphant like set piece.
Yeah, what's that guy?
The filling guy.
That film wasn't as bad as it was made out. It was alright.
John Carter of Mars? No, I watched. Like it was watchable. I mean, especially when you get like put into the context of like the epic sci-fi fantasy novels of like what they used to be before they became cliche.
Yeah, but every film that guy does
is something I like. But yeah,
every film that guy does bombs, and I think Battleship's made his money back. But he's got this fucking curse. I don't know. He's not that bad. It's like Arnie Hammer. Fucker can't cut a break. Like Lone Ranger Bond, they've just pushed Man from U.N.C.L.E. back by like 9 months.
Oh, I didn't know he was doing that.
Yeah, him and a British guy. It's being directed by Guy Ritchie.
Oh, so it's one of those British guys.
It's
Is it Mark Strong?
Uh,
He's in them all.
no,
Is
he's
it
probably the bad guy.
Jason Fleming. Is it Dexter Fletcher?
No, it might be Paul Bettany.
Oh, I don't like Paul Bettany.
You don't like him, do you?
Don't like him at all.
I like Paul Bettany. He's going to be a good vision.
Well, I don't like him.
What's sucked this week, Jan?
I keep walking around and noticing that my flies are undone. In like compromising situations, like at work, I look down and I'm like, again? I'm going to check now, but no, I'm solid at the moment.
are you unconsciously undoing your flies at situations?
I don't think so. I'm walking around the office and then I look down like, oh shit, my flies are open. I've not been caught out on it yet, or at least if I have, everyone's been too polite to notice or tell me about it. But it's like, I don't even know how I got into this position. I put my pants on this morning and I definitely did my flies up, but now they're undone.
Did you put your pants on like everybody else, one leg at a time?
How would you do?
Don't really think so.
Unless you lie on your back and do it like both
Actually,
legs at the same time.
You're right, that doesn't make any sense. It's like a famous saying. I can't remember who said it. It was probably
Most men dress to the left.
I think it's like half right leg, half left leg, full pantsing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like half a leg at a time and then the other half of both legs.
Unless you sort of like prep your trousers and like put them around both ankles so you can actually just sort of like in one motion pull up both legs at the same time.
That's what I've been doing.
Just to avoid this cliched statement.
Totally. I remember. I think I came across it like 4 years ago. Again, I've probably heard it before. What's his name? Teddy Roosevelt.
Could be. You have to tell us the quote before we can agree upon it.
Badass president of the US. I think it might have been him that said
That's
it.
where teddy bears come from.
Yeah. He was all over the show. His son.
That's because he killed a bear and saved the cubs.
He rode a bear as well across the road. He did all sorts of amazing shit.
He's still not my favourite president.
Best president. Well,
Fucked a bear.
He might be the best one, and my favourite president is a bit of a dick, but that's not why I like him. I think he's a bit of a... No, Calvin Coolidge.
He was a bit of a...
Apparently so. But that's not why I like him.
That's cool.
I like him because he's got an awesome name.
Yeah.
Calvin Coolidge. And also he worked for approximately 40 minutes a day every day that he was president. And that's exactly how I would run the country. He just chilled out, kicked back and pretended to be a cowboy. And he also used to call the Secret Service and then hide in his office. Just to spook them. Which I think is amazing.
That's good.
So yeah.
You know I make more money than Calvin Coolidge put together? To singing in the rain joke for your kids. But anyway, it may have been him that said this about the trousers.
Okay.
But since I've been consciously thinking about it, you know, everyone puts their trousers on one leg at a time, been consciously putting them on both legs at a time. But I only just thought about it tonight when I mentioned it. You can't put them on one leg at a time. That's insane. You put one leg on, you pull it up. That's putting a whole leg on.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to get your foot into the other side?
It's like, generally speaking, people will say which foot goes into a hole first, and then they'll find the other foot.
Well, no, it's like your answer. You pull them up halfway,
Yeah.
and then you get the other side.
Oh, yeah.
You can't put them on one leg at a time. You can only put them on half a leg at a time. Or is that... Do
Yeah,
you
but
put them on one leg at
I
a time?
think when
not sure.
I could be mistaken, but I think men's, like, when they say men dress to the left, that's actually an expression for which side your penis and like balls lie on, in, like a tight pair of trousers.
That's where the junk goes.
Well, exactly. So, but if you're going like down the middle, then you're just sort of like creating a really uncomfortable situation for yourself.
Do you think that's what it's to do with?
Yeah, like it has to be one side or the other.
I've
doesn't
never
it?
associated that.
But I may be mistaken, but that was my interpretation.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, meaning I put my junk in one place every time.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
separate my junk.
Most men apparently tend to dress to the left, as it i.e. your junk hangs to the left, but we're too British and polite to say that.
You know who didn't dress either side? Well, technically he did. Prince Albert. You know that? You know the legendary piercing that some people get?
Yeah, but I would have thought that he would definitely always dress to at least one side.
You would think, wouldn't you? Right, for those who don't know, the Prince Albert is a giant piercing through the
It
penis.
doesn't have to be giant.
Oh, dude, I've seen
Depends how
some
big your
huge-
penis is.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Just Google it, it's a nightmare.
It's a ball that goes through your belly, like.
It goes through the ones I've seen go like right through the behind like the bell and right through the middle.
Traditionally, like it goes
between the
through.
tubes,
It
as
goes
it were.
through like the back of the hood to like just below the urethra, or through the urethra on occasion.
Right, yeah. Well, there's probably a lot of variations, but you know what it was for?
For making it look like you didn't have an erection.
Sort of.
What?
It's like
I thought the basis was erection control.
That's surely a fucking horrific way to go about making sure it doesn't like you have an erection.
it definitely wasn't for erection control.
I'd always heard it was for erection.
What to tie it down to something like something?
You're close.
Keep it in
Are
place.
you fucking kidding me?
And anyway, Victorian
Hook it
had
into your
like
armour.
20 kids. Armour?
Well, because it's a piece of metal. I was wondering if you hooked it into your armour to keep your erection down during battle.
I don't-
You're getting so tumescent.
I don't know if it was like
I don't know,
for
man.
war boners. I think it was for like polite society boners.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
They'd have
I'm
like,
too drunk for this conversation
they'd have
already.
an
like.
internal loop on your jeans or trousers or pants. And
Right.
some jeans still have like a loop there.
Yeah.
And it was meant for like, you would tie the
You hook
genitals
it up?
Yeah, you hook it up there and it wouldn't
Jesus.
break the perfect line of your suit.
Well, that's magic, isn't it? Just like, just tuck it back inside your body, like monk style, why don't you?
I don't believe in that.
Well, no, if it gets cold enough, you could be surprised.
Oh, actually, yeah, we know that happens.
Ever watched Tribe with Bruce Parry?
Yeah.
He meets this one group of people, and Bruce Parry's pretty fucking hard, and he is up for anything. He'll do
Yeah.
most things. But they did ask him to invert his penis. And he was totally...
Just for a laugh.
Well, they all do it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they'd
okay,
like-
yeah.
Why do they do it?
Yeah, but they may have made it up for Bruce Parry's sake, who knows?
Well, they
And again-
definitely... They showed him that they had done it.
Right.
They like tie a piece of grass around the foreskin.
Oh, right, I know,
and then,
I've
like,
seen this one, like, yeah.
tighten it up so much
Yeah.
that it shoots back up inside you.
Right. Good.
Because the penis is a structure that like goes inside as well as the root. You can.
I'm
like,
aware of the biology of the human penis.
Yeah, it's not an actual bone that comes out. I'm
I've
just telling
done
you, like-
biology. I could do a
Alright,
cross section of a dude or a chick. It'd be
But yeah, Bruce wasn't
Reasonably
cool with
accurate.
that. Yeah, he totally. He almost fainted when they tried, and then they were up for doing it again, and Bruce was like, "No." He used a serious "you've been a naughty dog" voice, like, "No, don't come near my penis. I'm going away with my camera crew, and I'm going to chill the fuck out, and then we can be friends again. But if you threaten
You'll
my
have
lad,
you'll have to have a shower first, but then he'll be back stronger than
okay,
ever.
well,
Yeah.
why?
why do they
Why-
invert their
why do they?
penises?"
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the theologies is the idea of sort of going through a passage of man. Sometimes in some tribes becomes a more just like do something really bad and then do something even worse. It's like hazing, where they sort of like
Yeah.
bring back time and time again, like, well, you're just going to stick your hand in some, like, fucking mitts that are full of, like, the heads of fire ants, or you're going to rake your skin with piranha.
Like Flash Gordon, where he sticks his hand in the stump.
Exactly, and it's like, it becomes the, just the whole thing of, like, just enforcing something because it's been enforced upon yourself.
Yeah, we're a weird species, really.
That's unquestionable. The two-headed whales and dolphins have been like washing up.
Oh, that's what I was going to mention. Two-headed whales and dolphins, and they're theorising it's possible radiation causes from Fukushima.
I mean, the thing is, like,
let's just be careful for a second. Once upon a time, we decided that we were going to record a New Year's special of Things We Like, and we all got far too drunk and didn't start recording until 2 o'clock in the morning, and we recorded in a room that was too big. We were all too far away from the microphone, and the only person who really said anything
was his hand.
Alpha smoking his hand, and mystery guest went on for like a 20 minute rant about the horrors of Fukushima and nuclear power.
It's horrible.
I'd just like to maybe ask him to rein it in a little bit today and not just go on about how bad Fukushima is, because
no, that's a fair point. I will take that on board, and I will merely say that those kind of occurrences take place very rarely, especially with those kind of species. So it is
a bad sign.
It's interesting that, like, unless it's chicken and the egg, and more people are looking out for this kind of thing because of that, but you can't really rate that against reality, because
but still, I think if anywhere in the world two-headed beasts of the sea started washing up, then the media would take hold of that.
That is the positive side of sort of like social media, and the fact, like, if interesting things turn up, you'd imagine that they're singular, just because why else haven't they been, like, brought up before?
Like all the Lego in Cornwall.
All the Lego in Cornwall. Well, I'd rather get all the Lego in Cornwall than two-headed things.
Well, the thing is, like, it's conjoined. I mean, the thing is, you are talking about radiation is very much accumulative, like any other poison, and it tends to climb up the food chain. So the most immediate effects you tend to see, like with polar bears and all of the flame retardant chemicals that get put into plastics, they get deformities in their genitalia. It usually hits the reproductive system first, because of the nature of the fact that it's a very sort of pliable time, genetically speaking, and the plasticity of like a living thing, and it's like all the more susceptible to sort of like elements like radiation and like chemical sort of like change.
Yeah, and it all goes up the food chain, and then we all grow wings, or we all get a retrovirus and die,
or we all get superpowers. I would say,
like if we're going to grow wings, I say we crack open a few reactors now and let's kickstart the process.
I would be a right nuisance if I had wings.
Well, if you had wings and no one else had wings, or if everyone had wings, do you think you'd still be a nuisance?
It's all those things, isn't it? You kind of want the superpowers, but if everyone had the superpowers, you wouldn't be able to get away with shit.
I'm not sure if wings are superpowers unless they continuously grow back, because someone's bound to try and cut those fuckers off.
Yeah, but they're still kind of a superpower. If you got a magic hand, it's still a magic hand, even if someone cuts it off.
Yeah, but that's magic, isn't it? It's not the same as just like having a really functioning deformity.
Yeah, I guess. Where are all the fucked up X-Men? Yeah, the ones that all went a bit wrong.
They're the mutants.
The bad mutants.
Well, there's the Morlocks, who are like, they're still a bit wrong, but, you know, they still fire, you know, lava out their eyes and, you know, shoot spikes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but whereas everything my tongue touches turns to feces.
Right. Yeah. Or the one who can just turn his head inside out, but it's just horrifying for him and everyone else.
And the guy from the Skittles adverts.
The guy from the Skittles advert, he is fucked. Where are the guys that are fucked like that?
Right, the guy from the Skittles advert, he's wearing clothes.
Yeah.
How come?
His wife good dressing.
Yeah, but he's also touching the clothes.
No. Presumably you have to wear special gloves that would act
so
like
it's just his hands then?
It would seem that way.
Well,
It is only the stuff he touches with his finger.
yeah.
He should make a glove made of Skittles. That's my solution for that guy.
Skittle glove.
Skittle glove. Now he'd get sticky, sugary hands all the time, but he'd be able to touch things.
Do you remember those like they were kind of like sell the, like modern art, but it's like loads of pins in a frame, so you can actually sort of like form something beneath the pins.
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
pins where you put your hand underneath.
Yeah, I'm imagining it like that kind of thing. Yeah, but with Skittles.
Yeah, just with Skittles.
We should probably mention something quickly that definitely sucks.
Mouth herpes.
Ooh, I would not like to suck that.
A friend of ours contracted mouth herpes by going home for a threesome with 2 rocket chicks.
That's an entirely different story. If we tell that story, he will hear about it and he will find us and kill us. But yeah, he got mouth herpes.
Oh dear, well, it sucks.
What sucks for me recently is that there seems to be a never-ending stream of people walking really slowly in front of me. And like often it's only 2 of them, but they somehow manage to fill like a 7-foot stretch of corridor between the 2 of them. I don't know how.
Will everyone in the universe please get out of my way? What I think sucks this week is...
See, I couldn't really think of anything either, but mouth herpes just came to me.
A lot of things have sucked.
This comes to many.
A lot of things have sucked this week, but not personally. Other things, things that have happened to other people have sucked. There's a lot of bad stuff in the news. It's just too much to really go into. It's a hellhole, and look out if you live on Earth. Jesus Christ, stay indoors. Everything's fucked right now.
Comforting.
But I think I'm gonna say. Well, I was gonna say. I think nothing sucking for me that I could think of sucks. But then I thought that's a bit meta, and then I realised this week everything meta sucks. So it's become meta itself. And it's not that I hate things that are meta. It's just this week there's been loads of meta stuff that I've been reading, and it's all balls. I could do with it as a little bit of time away from meta just to get some normal stories and shit. Then I can go back to meta later.
That's pretty meta.
Yeah.
So, if you want to get in touch with us, it's thingswelike@hotmail.com.
It is.
Shit, yeah.
You're not wrong.
Or Twitter @things_we_like, and things are spelt with an uppercase T.
Yeah, that's totally our contact details.
Practice that one.
You've been practicing. I'm shocked that it's taken you over a year.
I didn't have much time. I've been busy.
We're going to have a birthday party soon, but we're a bit late.
A little bit. Plus, we didn't really start properly for a couple of weeks. If you know, I don't know. It'll be our anniversary in a week or 2 or 3. We're a bit loose about that kind of thing. We're like a bad boyfriend.
Well, that's it for Stuff Sucks this week. I have and shall continue to be Jan.
I shall always be Jim.
I am unfortunately mystery guest.
And, yeah, have a nice day.